There are several lists into which data must be entered to get the full benefit of the features in JobMaster. These data lists are represented by 8 buttons on the right side of the main menu. These buttons are Labor Charges, Other Charges, Ship Via, Terms, Operations, Preferred Status, Sales Representatives, and Certificate Statements. We'll proceed through the buttons in that order. If we click on the Labor Charges button, this takes us to the Labor Lookup List window. Here you enter different kinds of labors and the rate associated with each. These labors are used, for example, when you enter the labor costs involved in manufacturing an item, which is done in the Inventory section of the program. To enter a new labor and its rate here, click on the New button at the bottom of the window. This opens up a small pop-up window where you enter the new labor and its rate. Once you've entered both, then click on the OK button to save the new labor into JobMaster, or click Cancel to cancel. You can also edit an existing labor by clicking on it and then clicking on the Edit button. This also opens a pop-up window where you can edit the labor and its rate. Click OK to save your changes, or click Cancel to cancel. If you want to delete a labor from the list, then click on it and then click on the Delete button. Click on the Print button to print a complete list of all the labors and their rates. When you're finished and want to return to the JobMaster main menu, click on the Close button. The next button on the main menu whose function we'll look at is the Other Charges button. If we click on this button, this takes us to the Other Charges lookup list. Like the labors and their rates that we just looked at, these are also used when entering the costs involved in manufacturing an item, except that these are costs that fall outside of the category of labor. To enter a new type of charge, click on the New button. This opens up a small pop-up window where you enter the type of charge and its cost. Once you've entered both, then click on the OK button to save the new charge into JobMaster, or click Cancel to cancel. You can also edit an existing charge by clicking on it and then clicking on the Edit button. This also opens a pop-up window where you can edit the type of charge and its cost. Click OK to save your changes, or click Cancel to cancel. If you want to delete a charge from the list, then click on it and then click on the Delete button. Click on the Print button to print a complete list of all the charges and their costs. When you're finished and want to return to the JobMaster main menu, click on the Close button. As we just mentioned, labor charges and other charges are used in specifying the costs that are involved in manufacturing an item. To see how this is done in detail, view the video on the Inventory section of JobMaster. In this video, we show you how to use the Cost Breakdown feature to specify the costs involved in manufacturing an item. Next, we'll look at the function of the Ship Via button. If we click on this button, this takes us to a window that shows us shipping methods that have been entered into JobMaster. These shipping methods are used, for example, to specify in a quote which you send to a customer what shipping method is being used. To enter a new shipping method, click on the New button. This opens up a small pop-up window where you enter the shipping method and its account number. Once you've entered both, then click on the OK button to save the new shipping method into JobMaster, or click Cancel to cancel. You can also edit an existing shipping method by clicking on it and then clicking on the Edit button. This also opens a pop-up window where you can edit the name of the shipping method and its account number. Click OK to save your changes, or click Cancel to cancel. If you want to delete a shipping method from the list, then click on it and then click on the Delete button. Click on the Print button to print a complete list of all the shipping methods and their account number. When you're finished and want to return to the JobMaster main menu, click on the Close button. Next, we'll show you how you can enter payment terms into JobMaster. This is done by clicking on the Terms button on the main menu. Clicking on the Terms button takes you to a window which shows you all of the payment terms which you've entered so far. The terms are used, for example, when you're creating a quote to send to a customer and you need to specify the terms of payment. When you do this, you choose from the list you enter in this window. To enter new payment terms, click on the New button. This opens up a small pop-up window where you enter a name for the new payment terms. Once you've entered the name, Then click on the OK button to save the new payment terms into JobMaster, or click Cancel to cancel. You can also edit an existing payment terms by clicking on it and then clicking on the Edit button. This also opens a pop-up window where you can edit the name of the payment terms. Click OK to save your changes, or click Cancel to cancel. If you want to delete payment terms from the list, then click on the one you want to delete and then click on the Delete button. Click on the Print button to print a complete list of all the payment terms that have been entered. When you're finished and want to return to the JobMaster main menu, click on the Close button. The next button whose function we'll look at is the Operations button. If we click on the Operations button, this takes us to the Operations and Inspection Codes window. The operations that you enter here are used in shop travelers, which you create to indicate what steps are needed to manufacture a product. You can also designate certain operations as inspections, which means that a certain step in the manufacturing process involves inspecting some aspect of the part. Each operation consists of a code, a description of what takes place in the operation, and a checkbox indicating whether or not it is an inspection. To enter a new operation, click on the New button. This opens a window where you enter the code of the operation, the description of the operation, and whether or not the operation is an inspection. Enter the code of the operation into the code number field. Then enter the description of the operation into the description or method field. The description can be as lengthy as you need it to be. Lastly, there's a checkbox at the bottom of the window which you use to indicate whether or not the operation is an inspection. Check the checkbox if the operation is an inspection, or leave it unchecked if it is not. Click on the OK button to save the new operation into JobMaster when you're finished, or click Cancel instead to cancel. If you want to edit an operation, click on the operation you want to edit, and then click on the Edit button. This will bring up a window where you can change the operation code, the description, and whether or not the operation is an inspection. When you've finished making your changes, click on the OK button to save your changes, or click Cancel instead to not save your changes and return to the list of operations. If you want to delete an operation, just click on the operation you want to delete and then click on the Delete button. Clicking the Print button prints a list of all the operations that have been entered so far. When you're finished and want to return to the JobMaster main menu, click on the Close button. Another feature that JobMaster has is the ability to create a rating system for your parts and materials vendors. To use this feature, click on the Preferred Status button on the main menu. This takes you to a window which lists the ratings in your system. You use these ratings when you enter a new vendor from whom you purchase parts and materials into JobMaster. To enter a new rating, click on the New button. This pops up a small window into which you type in the new rating. Type in the rating and then click on the OK button to enter it into the list. To edit an existing rating, click on the rating and then click on the Edit button. This pops up a window where you can edit the rating. Click OK when you're finished. The Delete button lets you delete a rating, and the Print button prints all of the ratings that have been entered. Click on the Close button to return to the JobMaster main menu. Next, we'll demonstrate how to enter your salespeople and their commission rates into JobMaster. Whenever you create a quote or a sales order, you have to select the salesperson who is handling the sale, and you'll select from the list of salespeople you enter into JobMaster. To go to the section of JobMaster where you enter your sales representative, first click on the Sales Rep button on the main menu. This opens up a window that lists all of the sales representatives that have been entered so far. The name of each sales representative is shown along with their ID number and their commission rate. To enter a new sales representative, first click on the New button. This opens up a window where you enter the information for the new sales representative. Enter their ID number into the Representative ID field, their name into the Representative Name field, and their commission rate into the Commission field. When you've entered all the information for the new sales representative, then click on the OK button to save the new sales representative into JobMaster. If you want to edit an existing sales representative, click on the sales representative you want to edit, and then click on the Edit button. This opens up a window where you can edit the information for the sales representative. Once you've made your desired changes, then click on the OK button to save your changes. The Delete button lets you delete a sales representative from the list, and the Print button prints a list of all of the sales representatives along with their commission rates. Click on the Close button to exit to the main menu. Finally, we'll demonstrate how to enter a list of certification statements into JobMaster. To enter certification statements, click on the Certification Statements button on the main menu. This opens up another window which lists all of the certification statements that have been entered so far. Certification statements are included with shipments. When you create a shipment of an item, you have the option of including one of the pre-written certification statements that you enter here. To enter a new certification statement, click on the New button. This opens up a window into which you type the new certification statement. You can make the certification statement as lengthy as required. When you've finished entering the certification statement, click on the OK button to save it. If you want to edit an existing certification statement, just click on it in the list and then click on the Edit button. A window will pop up in which you can edit the certification statement. Click on the OK button to save your changes. You can also use the Delete button to delete a certification statement. Click on the Close button to exit to the main menu.